we can all identify with the feeling of being lost. As a first-time visitor to Shanghai and having ventured out a few times, I'm starting to learn what that's all about.
What are you doing?
Relax, Ellen.
This is so dangerous. We have no business being in an area like this.
Well, look at it this way, honey. This is the part of America we've never been to see.
That's good.
No, that's bad. I mean, we can't close our eyes to the plight of the cities. Kids, you noticing all this plight? So just make us appreciate what we have. Well done.
We've just seen a humorous take on getting lost in a big city, but there's also a serious side to getting lost. Not even a month ago, 2 British tourists on holiday, enjoying themselves, young, full of life, went out for a few beers. They went into Sarasota, into an area of the city that they didn't really know. 16-year-old young man needed an initiation rite to get into a gang, had to kill someone to get into the gang. They were there, they got shot. So sometimes safety can be a matter of life and death. There's a problem. Right now, people who are lost in a neighborhood of a city, often they'll use their GPS system to try to find their way from point A to point B. Current navigation systems don't take into account your personal safety. All they decide is what's the fastest way to get from point A to point B. Our idea is to take crime data that's already available, it's already out there, aggregate that, put that together to create a score that will allow a routing system to route around areas that are bad. This concept already has 3 US patents pending, going back to 2007 and filed as recently as last week. Our vision, crime aware. As you can see modeled on this TomTom device, we have a starting point A and a finish point B. The green areas are safe areas, the orange areas, the middle areas, the red areas to avoid. Our crime aware system will route you from point A to point B, avoiding the dangerous areas, and also showing you visually by the green, orange, and red what those neighborhoods are like. Now I'll turn it over to Becky to talk about the business model.
So how are we going to market this product? First of all, we did a market survey, an online market survey for the US, and we found with over 100 answers that 75% of the people would be interested in that service and are willing to pay for it. Then we also asked, will you be interested to add that on your existing GPS? And they say yes, 75% will be interested to see that service on their GPS device. So based on that information, we decided a 2-step marketing approach. We're going to aim at the business-to-business part, which would be contacting the GPS manufacturer. We can name TomTom, Garmin, and the idea would be to sell them our technology, the map, the information that they can integrate into their system. The second one is direct to consumer. The idea is to offer a smartphone application where you can get all that routing data and the crime aware information to route you through your journey. How are we going to communicate? Well, first of all, we'll have our own website in order to advertise our product, but more importantly, to make an online demo of what we are offering. People need to see, well, how is it going to work? How are you going to help me go through that? We'll also use social media, Facebook, Twitter. The idea here is to create a sense of community. People sharing their experience and saying, oh, the benefit they got with our service. Then we'll also be attacking not only the end customer, we can also target the business traveler. Many of us are traveling to country, cities that we don't know. A meeting there, how do you get there? Well, I put the GPS and that'll be fine. Well, but the trouble is you may get into an area you don't know. So the idea would be to advertise our software. So for example, one example, SkyMall, which is one very famous magazine that you get in every US airline. We can advertise there. Also, next to rental car agency. The idea is when you go pick up your car, then you may rent a GPS, but you may also say, hey, I can download that application quickly on my iPhone, BlackBerry. We will see various platforms, and I can use that service. And then finally, also for tourists, as we've seen, we are planning to advertise on, like in New York City, you have the Macy's New York City map, and the idea that all around the map you have always advertising. Also there, the idea is to advertise our product and just say, have you been do we want to be safe and provide our product. I will now pass you through BC, who will explain the technical part of our product.
Thank you. Thank you for coming this morning. From a technology standpoint, what we try to do is to target some very popular platforms that we have today. And those platforms are the BlackBerry platform, the iPhone, and the Android platform. But what actually is going to make this solution to be successful is the data that drives the application itself. And how you make the data be successful is to make sure that the data that you are getting is accurate and reliable. And that's why we're going to be getting the data from an accurate and reliable source, from the FBI, from law enforcement agencies, and from a national incident-based reporting system that already has all these different data, and provide them on a time basis, so that at any point in time you can know the type of crimes and the nature of crime that are taking place in the different area of the region that we are covering. So one of the key areas that we're going to be looking at is to make sure that the data that we have is also based on time. Because different areas, crime takes place at different times of the day. There are some areas that are safer in the afternoon, but are not safe in the night. So the information that we're going to be getting, the data that will be driving the application will actually be time sensitive. It has time component to it, so that you can know as you're going from one place to the other, the area that you need to be aware of based on the time of your travel. So this is essentially how we're going to get the data. We get the data from law enforcement agencies, from FBI, from other law enforcement data that are out there. The additional way that we augment the data that we will be getting is from data that are publicly available on the web, and making sure that those data, we can get those data, feed them into a comprehensive algorithm that we develop, and allow those algorithms to route your journey appropriately, so that you don't get you don't end up in an area that is not desirable, or an area that is definitely not safe for you to travel. With that, I'm going to turn over to JJ to provide the financials. Thank you.
Morning. Make it happen. As founding shareholders and the managing team, we are making the commitment to invest $100,000 for all savings. That will primarily deliver a product platform. However, we do need $300,000 to bring this product to market appropriately. We would prefer a debt-free flexibility strategy to commence. Analyzing the business opportunity yield us 3 scenarios. The 3 of them are licensing oriented and B2C or mobile download focused. The pessimistic scenario yields us a humble yet positive return on capital. The most likely scenario is very intensive on B2C mobile downloads and 2 licensing non-exclusive areas. And of course, the optimistic yields better results because of faster penetration in the B2C and even considers an exclusivity licensing agreement. Looking into the base case financial projections, as you can see, we become profitable by year 2. How do we do that? We focus on the the B2C market, mobile downloads. Why? Licensing takes time. There's uncertainty in closing the dates. While doing the B2C appropriately builds awareness, builds product demand. That way, we reinforce the licensing negotiations. In the net revenue B2C, we're considering a market of 30 million people who download applications and pay for them, out of about 90 million smartphone users in the US who download applications. The navigation system licensing involves mostly non-exclusive either to TomTom or Garmin, and the car rental licensing involves also a humble revenue generation. However, we believe those 3 models have more upside. For example, we could consider advertising down the road for the B2C. In the navigation system, we consider an exclusivity deal. In the car rental licensing, there's other fleet areas. For example, cargo, we could even partner with the police and state police. Looking at the expenses, we will take a commitment to do R&D in order to enhance the platform and even maybe bring new services to market. Of course, the marketing expense will be mostly focused on supporting the B2C and our operating expenses as simple as possible to make this real. Why do we want to invest? Why do we want to invite you? Well, utilizing a cost of capital of 25%, a 6% depreciation rate, and a replenishment of the platform at 1.6 times the depreciation, we're able to deliver solid free cash flow by year 2. In essence, this translates to an enterprise value of $2.4 million, and utilizing a terminal EBITDA multiple of 5, we even deliver a $3.3 million possibility. Again, we believe this is fairly conservative, many more upsides in revenues. Thank you.
Thank you, JJ. So we want to summarize, tell you what we told you. First of all, there's an unmet need. There's a problem. There's people that are getting lost in big cities that are wandering into bad neighborhoods. Their GPS might even take them to that bad neighborhood. We have a solution to the need. We've identified that there's crime information out there that can be easily pulled together, put onto a GPS device, and get people safely to their destination. The solution is protected. This is very important. We have 3 US patents filed. We have a trademark. We are trying to protect our solution to keep other people from coming in and taking the idea. We have several revenue models, as JJ indicated, and they're conservative revenue models. These are realistic business possibilities. And lastly, we have the right team. We have a group of people that have been specifically selected because we have their expertise in each area. JJ with his background in banking, BC with his background at IBM, and Etienne with his marketing background. So we have the right team. And with that, we'd like to thank you for your time.